Hello, hello. This is Victoria Wylde with Sedona Luxury Homes. I am a local real estate agent here in beautiful Sedona, Arizona. And today I'm going to be giving you a driving tour of the Les Springs neighborhood. It is a fabulous, absolutely stunning gated neighborhood that borders sort of between West Sedona and Uptown. It's technically Uptown. Behind me, across the street, you do have access to one of Sedona's best trailheads, and this new landscape hotel, which is called Ambiente, sits directly across 89A of Les Springs. So I'm going to flip you around. Let's get started. Buckle up. All right. So we're going to go ahead and scoot on up. You'll notice the front entryway with the signage to the left here, Les Springs. This is a little, kind of a little security area, workout area as well. That's where the gym is, but it looks like a guardhouse. So I'm going to enter the gate code here. And something that's nice about Les Springs, here, let me focus real quick. So there is an in gate and an out gate. So we're going in the in and we'll come out the out, and they meet at the same location. But here you'll notice that most of the homes, all of the homes, they're very uniform in their design and their style, which is really something that's quite nice that you get with an HOA neighborhood such as Les Springs. If you prefer the cohesiveness and, you know, obviously homes being kept to a certain standard, we're going to go first onto Courtney Circle, take a right. And I do apologize, it's pretty sunny right now, but the views, you're going to see why so many people love this neighborhood, because the views are just outstanding. But it really does depend on the home, and if it sits up high or it sits up low. Homes that sit up high, which this neighborhood, it's a hilly neighborhood, as you'll notice, those homes often do get the best views. So you can check out, I just did a tour of our listing here. You can check that out. I'll link it here somewhere on the screen. And that home has incredible views. And if you're home shopping in Sedona, oh, hang on, before I continue. So this is the Clubhouse area. I'll try to see if we can get into that at the end of the tour, so stay with us. But this is where your Pluster mailboxes are. You've got a workout area. There is a pool in this community. Actually, let me just pop out right here. Let me just see if we can get in there, because I know you're probably interested in that. If you are thinking of Les Springs, I just stopped the video and had to restart it. So I know that's something, if you're looking for an HOA with amenities, this particular neighborhood does have a lot of amenities that not a lot of HOAs have. They have a pool, there is tennis and pickleball. There's also a workout area. So let me flip you around. I don't think we can get in. I think it's locked, and I don't have the key with me. But you sort of have a nice community area and gathering area, and you have the cluster mailboxes here, and then the workout and everything that's down below. But it's really nice. You know, I think they're currently updating some of the equipment, making it more modern, and I think that was some feedback that I've heard from some of the homeowners here, is that they really needed to update that equipment. All right, flip you back around. Okay, and we're going to get started again. All right, let me focus, make sure nobody's... So with Les Springs, what else is interesting to know? So this is the main road that we're going to travel. It's Les Springs Drive. And if you were to take a left, we would exit the neighborhood. If you go right, we go deeper into the neighborhood. We're going to go right. And we'll take another right up here so you can check that spur out, but we will keep coming back to Les Springs Drive. So the dues here at the time of this video are around $925 a quarter, which, depending on where you're coming from, that's either a lot or a little. But let me explain what you get with that $925, because for Sedona, I would say that's on the upper end in terms of HOA dues. But you get, obviously, all those amenities I just mentioned. So the clubhouse, the pool, the tennis courts, pickleball courts. What else? You get, everything's maintained, so the roads are maintained, the mailboxes are maintained, these lots in here, hang on, I'll continue that thought, but this real quick, this is another gate that leads out or in. So if you are a resident here, you have access to this gate, which is actually pretty nice. It leads to Airport Road, because then you have a traffic light. So if the traffic is kind of bad, it's a little tricky to turn left out of here. You can go to that gate, hit the traffic light, and then turn left pretty easily. All right, we're gonna go up this little road right here. But the dues I was covering, okay, so pool, you also get water and trash service with that. And trash service, gosh, I wanna say it runs you 40, 50, 60 bucks a month, depending on what level of service you have. So that's a little chunk right there. And then your water's a chunk. So I really do think that there is a good value in those HOA dues. And I know that people who live here, obviously they enjoy how cohesive, let me just show you the views here, cohesive everything is. All right, so you'll notice all of these houses, you may think they don't have views, but it's often easy to forget is that these houses they have a north-facing orientation. And so you've got Chimney Rock, Thunder Mountain, Coffee Pot, all of those views. It's truly incredible. There was recently, here on the right, I'm trying to remember which house it was. I think it's going to be coming back on the spring, back on the market in the spring for around 1.8, I want to say. 1.8 million, and I'll talk about home values in a minute here, but you do have incredible views. The only thing I will say about some of the homes that do face the north orientation, like I just showed you, is that they also face 89A, and that's State Route 89A, which is a fairly busy, that's the main road that runs through Sedona, and you can get some road noise. There is no way to sugarcoat it. So just something to consider. The further up you are, the more insulated you are from that, but it is something that is definitely worth some food for thought. All right, so we're gonna head right back onto Les Springs Drive. This was Bryn's Mesa Road that we just took, just so you know, and the road in front of me, here, I'll drive this way. This is my listing right here. This is on a little street, so there's our sign. And then I think that house is absolutely incredible, and some lucky buyer is going to come along and snatch themselves up a truly wonderful property with the best views. Again, I'll link the video so you can take a look at it. All right, so you'll notice as I turn the corner here, we start to go down quite a bit. And so the houses in this area, they do tend to have less strong views than the ones up on the hill. And in terms of prices, I was going to touch on that. Prices here, let me think about the past year. So this is January 2nd, 2024. So we just came through 2023 that I'm filming this video. And I want to say there were sales in the 1.2s up to 1.8, 1.9, I certainly know that there's been listings here in the 2s. And this is our quiet time of year. I think that listing was recently pulled, and I think it's coming back on in the spring. Look at those views. That's incredible. So the houses vary in size anywhere between like the 2,000 square feet range all the way up to 4,000. I'll just go on the spur really quickly so you can see. There's a bunch of little spurs like this, and the houses have sort of a Tuscan Southwest style. That's how I would characterize it. And see, sort of like that house right there, you've got the neat windows and then just these incredible views. You get rocks in every direction. The house across the street was the house that was listed for 2.2, I think, and then price reduced down to 1.7 and some change, 1.7 million and some change. Big house, 4,000 square feet, I believe, which is a good size home for Sedona. And then we're heading down again. So the way we're facing right now, so this is all uptown, right ahead of us. And you get a lot of privacy. I personally think you get a lot of privacy and peace, especially down in this area of the neighborhood. You've got this ridge blocking 89A, and it's really peaceful. Okay, we're going to be heading to Camille Court, and then we're going to pop back out. And this is another little spur. But yeah, so a lot of the homes were built 80s and 90s. There's still some new construction happening here every so often. Not super common, but lots do come up for sale, and they do. People decide to build exactly what they want. So the Sedona, it's not really an issue. It's just a fact is that the building costs, like in many places, have become very, very high. So high, in fact, that it's often cheaper to just buy a house that's already pre-built. And that way, too, you don't have to have the timeline. I do believe builders are getting a little better in terms of their backlog with COVID. During COVID, it was absolutely insane. And even certain architects were 2 years out for projects, good architects here in Sedona. And we do have some fabulous architects here that just do incredible work. But, quality comes with a price, and it's simply put, it is expensive to build. And if that's something you're interested in, do give me a call or send me an email, and I'd be happy to talk through that with you and recommend some builders if you want to come out here and look at land. Got some great builder connections, and we will see what the future holds, and if that gets more in balance, I suppose, with the market and building costs. I'm really hoping that things do come back around and it can be affordable again to build, but I'm not really sure if that'll happen or not. Because Sedona is a wonderful place, but it is definitely cost a penny to live here. So, all right, we are coming to the end of our tour. And the other thing, I know I mentioned this at the beginning of the tour. Oh, car in front of us. Let me come to a stop. All right. Is you do have a really nice trailhead right across the street. That's something that a lot of people like in Sedona when you are looking for a home. A lot of people move here because they want to be outdoors more. They want to hike. They want to mountain bike. And so I think it's the Adobe Jack. I think that's what it's called, the Adobe Jack trailhead. Hello. And it's really, it's a great jumping off point. You can do a bunch of different trails right in that area. Let me go down this other spur real quick. We're not done. I lied. You can do a lot of trails in that area, which are more flat and very treed. They're very nice in the summertime. Or you can also even hike all the way up to the Soldiers Pass area from Adobe Jack, or mountain bike. It's probably a little long for a hike and then to also hike Soldiers Pass, but you could certainly bike it if you're a mountain biker. All right, I'm not going to get out for this, but tennis courts, just so you know. And I believe that, yeah, I see the paint on there. They changed it where you can also do pickleball, because that is something that is very popular here in Sedona. People absolutely love their pickleball. And the gate is to the left. We're going to head down Elise Circle. And this is another nice cul-de-sac. You are much closer to 89A here. The house on the right, just as a reference point for you, the viewer, this recently sold for $1.4 million, I believe. Nice house, updated, strong, good views. I wouldn't say the strongest. There's definitely homes with stronger views in the neighborhood. And it was on the smaller side. I think it was in the 2000s, low to mid 2,000 square feet range. So good data point for you if you're looking for a home in Les Springs. I'd be happy to pull some comps and some data for you so you can kind of understand how values work. A lot of it does come down to obviously the condition of the home, if it's updated, if it's dated and needs updating, and then the views. That is something that you pay for in Sedona, are the views. All right, so that is going here. Let me go out. I was trying to get to the gym, but I'm gonna head out the gate so you can see what that looks like. And then we're back to where we started. So a lot of people often ask about the traffic in Sedona and how that affects their daily life. And it is something you need to consider when you're looking for a home here. The reality is that we do get traffic, especially, I would say, holidays, holidays, and then the busy time, and see if I can do that. Busy time being New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving. So there's definitely that to contend with. What I would say, so your busy areas, the quietest is going to be West Sedona and the Village of Oak Creek, where you can skirt around that traffic. Uptown gets pretty congested, and then the Chapel area gets pretty congested, which is the area south of the roundabouts between the Village of Oak Creek and Uptown. Les Springs, you're on the fringe, like you get the benefits of being very convenient and located very centrally in town, but you're sort of on the fringe of the traffic. So you do get traffic in front of this road, most certainly, leading into Uptown. But with that gate I showed you over there, you are able to kind of skirt around that if you just want to head to West Sedona and do your grocery shopping or go out to eat. So that is a really nice feature of this neighborhood. I personally, I don't love the traffic. I would live here, and I would think that you would be totally okay just knowing how to kind of skirt around those days when it is trafficy. But anyways, our time has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Please let me know if you have any questions about anything Sedona related in real estate. I really, truly do love helping people achieve their Red Rock dream, whether it's a primary home, a secondary home, or an investment property. Feel free to reach out. My name is Victoria Wylde. I am with Sedona Luxury Homes, and make it a great day. Have a good one.